But broadly, the markets are looking strong at the moment. Let's pull up Symphony. And Symphony has come out with very strong numbers, which was kind of expected. Nrupesh Shah is joining us right now. Thank you so much for joining us, sir. The markets would have kind of expected that you would come up with these numbers given the kind of heat we had this summer. But what were the levers for growth?
Couple of reasons. Symphony's strong pillars of growth are mainly three factors: innovation, design, and brand, coupled with distribution network. And air cooler industry as a whole, we believe that there is a huge potential across three verticals into which we are present. It's whether domestic business, international business, and centralized air cooling. And hence, we are quite hopeful to register in a medium to long term on a CAGR basis, 20 to 25% growth.
So, a lot of your, as I understand that it's a reasonably asset-light model, right? It's essentially your technology, your design which you own, but you get most of the coolers produced through outsourced companies?
Yeah, so ours is absolutely asset-light business model and also working capital-light business model. And hence, on annualized basis, our return on capital employed, that is funds deployed in air cooling business, always translates into triple digit. Right. So we do have almost 9 outsourced manufacturing facilities, and on top of it, to cater the export requirement, it is done from 2 SEZs, one based out of Surat and second one is at Kandla.
So how easy is it to increase your output then?
Say a couple of years before we had 2 OEMs, now we are having 10 OEMs. And on need base, we are easily in a position to ramp up our sourcing facility, not only in terms of different models, but if required, also geographically. And that's going to be a continuous process.
So give us a sense as to when a cooler is made, right? What are the key components which go into it? What are the main inputs that go into it?
Depending upon the model, there are hundreds of components. But in terms of the key raw material or components, it is the fan, motor, plastic components. There are some electronic components, and several other parts.
Have the costs of these gone down? Because we were looking at the total input costs, they seem to have gone down, raw material costs on your profit and loss statement. How did that happen?
Absolutely. So, basic raw material or component cost is mainly linked with prices of oil and also prices of metal. So in the last 1 year to 1.5 years, we have also got the benefit of commodity prices reduction, which is on top of economy of scale and better efficiency of operations.
So in a sense, because of your branding, because of the kind of monopoly you have, you don't have to pass on the drop in input costs, right?
Because of design, innovation and brand, but certainly there is no monopoly. There are dozens and dozens of branded players. On top of it, there are thousands of...
I mean, but you have more or less, what, 55, 56% of the branded market?
Air cooler market as a whole, organized, unorganized market put together, our share is about 10%.
Just the
organized market, it's about 50%.
50% of the organized market. All right. Give me a sense that you also dropped the cost. I mean, this quarter we've seen a drop in your distribution expenses. How did that happen?
I think by and large, year as a whole, our distribution expenses will be in line with what it has been in the past. It is possible that in a quarter or two, there may be some change. But by and large, it will be in line with what it was in the past.
Okay. one of the things that, you know, an investor would want to know in about Symphony is the entry barrier. Now, I understand that you have certain proprietary, most of your thing is essentially the proprietary technology and design that you have. Is it really difficult for anyone to enter this space and actually start making the things that you do?
Making air cooler is not difficult.
No, the
but
design.
Making state-of-the-art product with innovative features, innovative segments, and having several value addition. Just to give an example, just few months before, Symphony came out with world's first wall-mounted split kind of air cooler, and for which we have applied for the global patent. Before that, few months before that, air cooler with the IPO technology.
So how does that work? Basically, the tank and the water supply and everything is outside, and just the output is inside the house, inside the room.
About wall-mounted air cooler?
Yeah.
Yeah, about wall-mounted air cooler, the product has been designed and technology is such that no outside cooling unit is required.
Okay.
Only inside unit, and there is a possibility of having automated water intake linked with the availability of the water and how much water is there inside the tank. So it doesn't need, in fact, even any drilling.
So is this seeing some export demand? Are you seeing demand from other countries for this particular model?
As of now, wall-mounted air cooler has been launched on a trial basis in a select markets of the country, and in the current year we will have a full-fledged launch. And apart from that, we are eyeing exports.
All right.
And this is only one of the examples. Similarly, in last 3 years, 4 years, we have catered several segments of the market. Say about a year before, we came out with package air cooler. And for the first time in the air cooling industry, package air cooler has been defined in terms of the tonnage, in respect of 4 tonnage to 12 tonnage, and just like package air conditioner, it can be cooled with the duct, and such package air coolers can be very useful for mid-sized factories, education institutes, religious segments, etc. Before that, we came out with direct air cooler. So especially in metros and the big cities, where space is a big constraint, and as the name suggests, it occupies very less space and it is tall. Similarly, about 5-6 months before, we came out with an air cooler with IPO technology, having air purifier inside the air cooler with all advanced features.
All right. Mr. Shah, congratulations on the good numbers again, and I hope to have you back sometime soon to have a more detailed discussion about your new products and the business that you're planning and the strategy. Okay, time for a quick break, but actually before that, we already have, I was just going to say that after the break, we'll connect with C.T. Ranganathan.